Hello and welcome to my drumming. This is a new type of video for this series. It's not going to be a song, it's about a review for the kit that is now sat in front of me. So previous videos that I've done have all been on a Yamaha DTExpress kit, which I've had for about 20 years. So I've been used to playing that. I know how it sounds, I know how it feels, I know how manoeuvrable it is. This is a different kit. This is a Millenium, I think it's an MPS-850. If I'm wrong, then it'll say so in the title before I put this live, but I've only got this in the last 3 or 4 days, and I just wanted to let people know what I thought about it, how I thought it compared to the previous kit, and just really to say my opinions on playing, what it sounds like, how easy it is. And really I can't speak highly enough of it. It's fantastic. I've not played a premium kit, so any of the Roland ones or the newer Yamaha kits, so I can't say what it's like in comparison to those. I did a lot of research on functionality, on what the kits could do, what their output, what their recording would be like, and really this is what I needed. I didn't need any more than this kit. So I'll just show you a quick look around the kit now. So you can see from that the position of the kit. The kit comes as standard with 4 toms, bass drum, 2 cymbals along with a ride and a hi-hat. Now the hi-hat is completely freestanding and is its own hi-hat looking hi-hat. Now that might sound a bit stupid, but on the Yamaha kit that I had, it was just another thick rubber pad. So these mesh head pads are really great. They're responsive, they sound exactly as a stick would as it's bouncing off it, they feel exactly as it would. The 2 floor tom equivalents are 10-inch pads across. The snare drum is a 10-inch and the 2 higher toms are 8-inch pads, so they're big enough to play, because the Yamaha kit that I played previously, they were 8-inch pads, so this is bigger about. And my worry that it would be too big for the room where I'm playing it in now, but I mean it fits in exactly the same space. One of the things that I wasn't too sure about with this was how high you could actually get the drums. So you can see from this leg here, hopefully this is in shot, that this is as high as this supporting leg goes. And there's another supporting leg here, so the frame itself is as high as I can make it. Now one thing I can do, in the instruction booklet it was saying that these clamps here should be placed this way round. You could turn them round and have them coming in so that this arm comes out from a higher angle, so you could position it slightly better. It's not the recommended one in the instructions, but that would then bring them up maybe another few inches. So at the moment it's probably about the minimum that I could play. It's comfy, it's okay, so it's not bad, but it was one of the things that I noticed, that maybe these could be a little bit longer. The other thing that I noticed, which I still haven't understood properly, is the bass drum pedal that they give you. So this is the bass drum pedal that comes with the kit, and you can see that the plastic side of the beater, this is the way round I've ended up, or I wanted to do it, because I saw online if you use the felt side of the beater, apparently after time it wears away the mesh head. So instead of having the felt side turned round to the bass drum, I wanted to use the plastic side. Now the bass drum, as you can see now, I'll just go back to the film of the previous kit, so have a quick look at the bass drum now. You can see that there's a silver head going round it. Now if you have the bass drum pedal this way round, when you press on it, before the beater actually hits with the bass drum head, this arm, I'm not sure the correct word for it, the neck, the stem, whatever it is, actually contacts with the rim of the bass drum first. So every time you stamp on it, it's almost like hitting the rim of the bass drum and hitting the head at the same time. Now, short of then turning it round and having the felt side around, which I didn't want to do because of the things that I'd seen online, I think I've seen it about 5 different places saying it wears the mesh head. So I just decided not to use the bass drum pedal, which is a shame for somebody that might have bought the kit and in a similar situation for me can't work out how to do it. So I've got my own double bass drum pedal that I've put in place instead, and that's okay. So I think that the height and the bass drum pedal are the only complaints I've got about it. Other than that, I'm just so happy with it. It's amazing. It feels good, it sounds good. The other thing that I wanted to point out straight away, which blew my mind, and it might be just because I'm not used to this technology because of my older kit, but the pads have 2 different noise zones on them. So you can hit the head of the drum for one sound and the rim for another. Example. And that might, so I mean, it's amazing how much I've been playing around with that just to see the different sounds that are available. And I mean, I've just been playing and playing just to get used to the sounds. So it also comes with a free pair of sticks, which I thought was good because they're very light in comparison to the sticks that I normally use. But actually, when playing with them, I don't think you need heavy sticks when playing with this kit. So I haven't gone back to my heavier sticks, I've just been using these. So what I'll do now is I'll just have some playing time on the kit so you can hear the different sounds. Oh, one last thing to say before I just have a quick play around is I haven't read the instruction book for the Brain, but it's incredibly simple to use. There's 30 preset kits that are actually built into it. I've played all of them now, they're all really, really great sounding. There's individual volume controls for about 6 of the pads, which is great because you can then just play around with your heart's content. I've got all of this rigged up to come out with the monitor that's sat behind me, but I've also rigged it up so I can have headphones on it as well. So it was very easy to set up. I think the Brain comes as standard with the lower down kit from this in the range, one that doesn't come with an extra cymbal and an extra tom, because all of the wires that go into these pads come into one jack which goes straight into the Brain. Because this setup has an extra crash and an extra tom, there's another port in the back of it to put them into which don't go into the one jack, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was fairly straightforward to set up. It took me about 2 hours to build everything and set it up how I wanted to. You can actually choke the cymbals, so when you hit them you can pinch the corner of them, and instead of it ringing you can choke it, which is great. The ride cymbal is supposed to have 3 different zones to it. One is the hit, one is the choke, and one is the bell. So 3 great sounds there. The bell doesn't come out easily. You've got to be quite specific in where you hit it, but that might be being too picky because if you're playing an actual acoustic kit, you've got to be specific in where you hit it. So I don't want to be too critical about that. Ultimately though, I think this is amazing. I'm really, really happy with it, and I'd encourage you, if you're looking to go for an electric kit, to give this a go because it's brilliant. The sounds that come from it, you know, it's just great. I'm so happy with it. So what I'll do now, I think I've told you all the bits that I like about it. The other thing that really impressed me, and I'm probably easily impressed with this, is it came with a load of Velcro cable ties. And I know that sounds really basic, but I've just cabled it all together so it's all fairly tidied away and neat. I think the Yamaha, which I had, probably did as well. Maybe I was too lazy to do that when I first set it up, but I was just super impressed with everything that came with this Millenium kit. So what I'll do now is I'll just play some of the kits for you so you can hear how they sound, and just make your mind up yourself. But yeah, I can't say it again, you know, too many times. If you're in the market for an electronic kit, people have knocked this online because it's one of the cheaper ones. But in comparison to the older Yamaha kit that I was playing, this is coming forward in leaps and bounds for me, and I'm super happy with this. So hopefully you'll be too if you give it a go. So have a listen, see what you think. I didn't end well on that one. This is Funk Band. Quite entertaining. The two that I'll probably use the most of are the standard and the acoustic kit. So there we go. There's a bit of this kit. I'll now show you a bit about the DTExpress kit, which it compares against, and hopefully it helps you in the position of deciding maybe against which kit you go for. Any questions, please shout, and I'll see you in the next session. Cheers. Bye. So this is the kit that we're comparing the Millenium drum kit to. It's a Yamaha DTExpress kit. I've had it for about 20 years now, and playing on it, it's given me everything that I needed. I practiced on it, I rehearsed on it. I've never actually played any gigs on it, but for home use it's been perfect. Not annoying the neighbours, having headphones on when I'm playing, doesn't annoy the family when I'm playing too much maybe, not really sure about that. But it's great for what I needed it for. But now, looking at the drum kits that are available to buy, this does seem dated. the rubber pads, the lack of playability on them. They're very good for bouncing a stick off, for doing fast patterns and fast rolls and things, but they don't act like a normal drum would. There isn't that give that there is in the Millenium kit. So, you know, there is good playability on these pads, but that's what they are. They're rigid pads. The cymbals don't act like cymbals. They are quite non-responsive. Sometimes you have to hit them quite hard, and in certain places that may be their age. I don't know, I'm not sure about that, but you know, they're just... So then I hit the cymbal 3 times, you only heard it actually play twice. Another thing with this kit is when you're playing pads at the same time, only one sound sometimes comes out, and that's mainly when the hi-hat is used. If you're opening and closing the hi-hat, then you can sometimes hear more or not the bass at the same time, so it's not quite so great from that point of view. But to give you an idea of how it can sound, you know, it's great to play. You can hit the pads hard. There's a lot of fun to be had playing this. The only upgrade that I really had when I was moving around with this kit was I changed the bass drum that came with it, because to start with it came with a very small pad about that big that you could only use a single bass drum pedal with. So I upgraded that to a pad that's about that big, so you can play a double bass drum on it. So it's very good. The other thing I like about this kit is how easy you can move it around. You know, you can make the drums quite high if you need to. These are tailored to my height and it's just perfect. There's plenty of space on the racks. I've added this with ease, which I put my laptop on when I'm playing songs, as you may have seen in some of the song videos that I've done. It's just really easy to use. There's loads of different sounds with the drum kits as well that come with it, and if I'm honest, I probably haven't used this drum kit as well as I could have done with all of the functions that are in it, because I've literally just used it as a practice kit. But just to give you an idea of some of the sounds. And that was only 4 or 5 kits, so there's plenty of range. Whenever I've done the drum tutorials, I've always just used the 3rd kit programmed on this, and just having a quick look through, there's that was kit 15, so there's loads of different things with this. Ultimately, if somebody's learning to play drums, or if somebody's at a higher level and just looking to practice as a home kit, this is great. I can't really fault this. I was looking for an upgrade just for something a bit more exciting, just because, like I say, I've had this for 20 years, so you know, it's done me very, very well for 20 years and I'm happy with it. So hopefully that's helped give you an insight in between the 2 kits that I've played. Thanks.